Hello, my name is Ensieh Hosseini. I'm a researcher in University of Glasgow in Bendable Electronics and Sensing Technologies group. Here I present our research about glycine-based flexible biocompatible piezoelectric pressure sensor for healthcare applications. In this presentation, first I will talk about our motivation, why we used bio-based piezoelectric material to fabricate the biodegradable piezoelectric pressure sensor. Then I will talk about synthesis of glycine chitosan biodegradable composite film. And then I move on fabrication and performance of glycine chitosan based piezoelectric pressure sensor. And at the end, conclusions and future work. But bio-based functional materials such as collagen, amino acids, peptide nanotubes, and cellulose are attractive because they have some advantages such as biocompatibility, biodegradability, renewable nature, low cost, eco-friendly, and solution-based and room temperature processing. However, they have also some main drawbacks, such as weak piezoelectric response, and it's usually difficult to obtain uniform and scalable polarized structure of them, and most of them have low stability in the room environment. But among these bio-based materials, amino acids have raised significant interest in recent years as they can be self-assembled in polar crystalline structure at large scale. And recently, high piezoelectric coefficient has been found in amino acid glycine. More about glycine. Glycine is the simplest amino acid. The biodegradability of glycine has been well established as it has been used extensively for drug administration. Glycine can be crystallized in 3 different polymorphic phases. As I said, a high piezoelectric coefficient observed in the beta phase. However, beta crystals are usually in the form of the microcrystal, and they are thermodynamically unstable at room temperature and usually in the mixture with the other phase, mainly alpha phase, which is not piezoelectric. Therefore, not much has been reported on the application of piezoelectric properties of glycine beta phase. So we could fabricate a flexible composite of glycine crystals and dielectric polymer by growing glycine crystals in a natural chitosan polymer. Here we choose chitosan because chitosan is the most abundant natural polymer in nature. It has a biodegradable and biocompatibility and antibacterial activities. So first we prepared a 1.5 weight percentage chitosan solution by mixing chitosan powder with the acetic acid solution, and then a series of glycine chitosan solution were prepared by dissolving different amount of glycine powder with the prepared chitosan solution. And then a film of glycine chitosan were prepared just by simple solution casting technique and drying at room temperature. Here figure A shows optical image of plain chitosan, and figure B, C, and D show 3 morphologies of spherulite in the film casted from glycine to chitosan with the different ratio. And we observed with higher ratio of glycine to chitosan, just very thick and randomly oriented crystal. So this morphological change of glycine spherulite embedded in chitosan polymer with an increasing amount of glycine, in fact, shows us that the glycine grow with a different rate of crystallization. And then we just grow crystal from acetic solution without any chitosan polymer. Just we wanted to see the effect of chitosan on the polymorph selectivity of glycine molecules. And here we observe just mainly the biopyramidal crystal of alpha phase has been grown. So for all the other measurement, we focused on the film that was obtained from 0.8 to 1% of glycine to chitosan. This because it was a very uniform film, has a uniform spherulite structure entire the film, and the film here is the film was very flexible and had a significant piezoelectric properties. In terms of the mechanism of the grow of crystal inside the chitosan is used as the matrix material, and the grown crystal are embedded in the chitosan film. And each of these spherulite of glycine are like a single crystal with a nucleus in the center, and the fibril of the spherulite radiated out as shown schematically in this figure. And here a CM image showing that the glycine crystal are embedded in the amorphous region of chitosan very well. So the polymorphic phase of the glycine crystal embedded in chitosan was determined by XRD. This XRD pattern, this red pattern, confirmed the formation of beta-phase glycine crystal inside the chitosan. And this black pattern is just pure chitosan that shows no any sharp peak. It has just a very broad peak that is due to amorphous structure of chitosan. So this result shows that chitosan effectively modulate the kinetic of self-assembly of glycine molecules in the crystalline structure, and the crystal were very stable inside chitosan, and we made a XRD of the same sample after a few months, but shows no any change and phase transformation. And we think the stability of crystal may come from embedding crystal in the chitosan polymer, and also there is a possibility of the electrostatic interaction between the molecular polar group of glycine and functional group of chitosan. So after making an optimum composite film, then we made a sensor from the developed biodegradable piezoelectric composite. Here shows the fabrication process of the piezoelectric sensor. First, the gold-coated flexible substrate were prepared by just depositing 100 nanometer gold on a flexible PI substrate, and then a solution of glycine chitosan were just drop casted onto the flexible substrate, and then the solution was dried at room temperature by evaporation, and glycine crystals formed an ordered crystalline structure inside the chitosan. So after crystallization, another gold PI electrode was put on the top of the film as a top electrode, and here shows the final structure of the sensor, which had very good flexibility. And then the piezoelectric nature of the film is further confirmed from the impedance plot. Here shows the change of the capacitance with frequency. As we expected, the capacitance decrease with increasing of the frequency. And at the high frequency range, we observe the resonance and anti-resonance peak at frequency of about 130 kilohertz and 400 kilohertz, that it's confirming the piezoelectric nature of the film. And then from the analysis, we observed that the relative permittivity of this material is decreased with increasing frequency, and the relative permittivity or dielectric constant is quite low. This low permittivity suggests that this beta-glycine chitosan composite is a good candidate for using in a high performance sensor, and the reason is that this piezoelectric voltage coefficient, which is G in this formula, which is defined by the output voltage under applied stress, is a crucial parameter to obtain the film with high performance in terms of the producing high voltage. So according to this formula, G is inversely proportional to the dielectric constant. And the materials such as PZT, they have a very good piezoelectric coefficient. They have a high D, so they have also a higher dielectric constant. But in terms of organic materials, since the D piezoelectric coefficient is lower, then low dielectric constant is an advantage to have a higher voltage output. And this figure shows the output voltage generated from the device when it was just touched by hand. A repeated compression and release process showed the sensor responding uniformly with the periodically positive and negative alternation. In addition, the output voltage was measured after reversing the electrode connection, and the signal sign has been reversed, and it's demonstrate well that the response is coming from the piezoelectric effect of the field. And then we use a mechanical shaker that periodically generate a compressive load at a specific pressure, and the output voltage generated by the device under each applied pressure was measured using an oscilloscope here. And this figure shows the output voltage generated from the device under dynamic pressure of 40 kilopascal, and the voltage generation is quite stable and repeatable with fast response time. And it shows here that the generated voltage linearly increase with the applied compressive pressure, and the sensitivity of the device was about 4.7, which obtained from the slope of this curve, 4.7 millivolt per kilopascal. And this table shows a comparison of piezoelectric sensitivity of glycine-chitosan piezoelectric device with reported non-degradable flexible piezoelectric polymers such as PVDF and PVDF TRFE. Actually, the sensitivity is lower still, but it is comparable with this kind of non-degradable flexible piezoelectric polymers. So at conclusion, here we show the use of biodegradable piezoelectric glycine for fabrication of flexible pressure sensor. The chitosan enhanced the flexibility of the brittle glycine crystal and could control polymorph selectivity of the glycine molecules. And the obtained results suggest that glycine-chitosan composite is a promising new piezoelectric material for sensor application. And the room temperature simple solution-based fabrication process and biodegradability make the presented sensor an alternative for eco-friendly sensor applications. And for future work, the fabrication process can be studied further to control and optimize the crystal's structure and enhance the piezoelectric properties of the film. So I would like to thank the BEST group and European Commission and EPSRC for supporting this project. And thank you for listening. If you have any question, please contact us through these emails. And here is the website of the group that you can see more about our research activities.